So I'm seriously considering doing direct to consumer for the new album. So when the man comes out, the new album's out, how do you guys feel about that? Would you want to buy it directly from me, or would you object and always want to do it through streaming services? How do you guys feel about that? Shout out to Curtis King out there, DIY. I'm loving the content, man, and it's kind of what got me thinking along these lines. Watching his content as well as my own personal experiences that I don't really want to divulge, but working with music distributors and trying to get paid through royalties on streaming platforms has been extremely difficult, even when you make a high amount of streams. And I know that Congress is trying to pass a bill allowing, requiring that artists get paid 1 cent for every stream, which would probably help a lot to actually make some money. But it seems like the current trend is for these companies to try and figure out any way they can to get out of paying their artists. So I'm not going to name any names, but it's definitely an issue that everybody's talking about. And my plan would be to leave all of my previous 6 albums that I made in my home studio available for people to stream, but have my first pro album be direct to consumer. So I'm kicking around this idea. I would love to know your feedback and your thoughts about this. What's up, guys? Welcome to week 50. Week 50, guys. Only 3 weeks, including this week. We've got a song dropping this weekend, and then I've got 2 more weeks, and I'll have completed the challenge, 1 song every single week for an entire year. And man, it's been a busy year. It's been a busy year for me, guys. Especially this last week. People seem to be really enjoying last week's song for week 49, called Chasing Holy Ghost. If you haven't checked it out yet, go check it out. We just crossed 300 subs just like yesterday, and it's already pushing 400 at this point. And I'm supposed to give away something for every 100 subscribers I get. So I was thinking what that might be this week, and have some ideas that I will share with you. So I'm at home now, and I figured out what So I figured out what I'm giving away for crossing that 300 subscriber threshold, and we're almost to 400, so I'm gonna have to quickly turn around and find something else to give away here. But so back on week 34 of the challenge, I made a song called Sword Symphony, and it was featuring Mastakilla from Wu-Tang Clan and my nephew Tabor Land, who's a guitar player. So I made this song, and in the song I had a guitar that I had etched the name of every person I've ever worked with, beat producers, people that I've features with, people that I collabed with. I put it all on this guitar, and in the video it was kind of like this poetic statement of letting go of the music, like giving it up to the world. So I took this guitar, ended up smashing it in the video, and so I kept the guitar. Here it is. I've got all the pieces, and so I'm gonna give away a piece of this guitar to the winner, and they can decide which piece they would like. I'm gonna sign the back and write them a little thank you. And you could have the Snoop Dogg chunk that broke off, or I can bust this up even more. So we need to decide who the winner's gonna be. And so I thought about this for a minute, and I realized that this last week I had a really interesting conversation with someone who had checked out another song that I did called Bone, featuring Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. So this song got a lot of attention, and people seemed to really like the flow and were digging the song. I had a gentleman pop on the post, and at first he was like, oh yeah, this is good, but you have a long way to go and you need to practice a lot. And I got a little offended because I'm making music every single week, and I practice every single week, and I've been making music for 10 years. And I know that I killed the track and I did an awesome job on the track, but everyone has their own opinions. So initially I kind of gave this gentleman, some of my thoughts, and I hope he has no hard feelings, but I felt like we were able to kind of listen to each other and find some middle ground and something that we could connect on, which is what I was hoping for. Turns out that, he said he'd been rapping back since like elementary school when he was in 3rd grade. And he told me some of his favorite artists. He said Inspect a Deck was actually one of his favorite artists. And I actually have another song that I made featuring Inspect a Deck. So he's actually etched onto this guitar as well. Because I did a bunch of features with a lot of members from Wu-Tang Clan. But yes, here he is right here, Inspect a Deck. So the winner of this guitar piece, and of course you get to decide which piece you would like, and if you don't want the piece, that's fine, cool, I can give it to somebody else if they want it, but I will sign the back and I will mail it to you with a thank you. So the winner I've chosen is Kenji Guides. It's put it up on the screen here for you, but Kenji Guides, you're the winner. If you see this video, hit me up, or I'll send you a message and let you know to check out the video. But hey man, I appreciate you following and taking the time to comment. It really means a lot to me. And man, much respect and love to you. I appreciate everything that you're doing. So, but yes guys, so that's the winner for this week. I have some other announcements I'd like to go over. So as you all know, I'm reaching the end of the one song every single week for a year challenge. I'm on week 50 right now, and then we got 2 more weeks and I'll have successfully completed the challenge, and then I'll be rolling into production mode and raising money to produce the album. As some of you know, I'm taking the top 18 to 20 songs that got the most plays out of the entire year. And those top songs are going to be the ones that are most likely going to make the cut onto the album. One thing I'm going to be doing after I complete the challenge is I'm going to be hosting live streaming listening parties. And we're going to do one every single weekend, starting with Friday, April 26th at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Every single date for these listening parties is listed on my Bandcamp page, but I will post notices on my social media and other social groups to invite people to come check it out. The streaming parties are going to be about an hour long. We're going to start with my very first album that I made about a decade ago. And so that's called Busting Out Volume 1. And we're going to talk about basically where I was, what I was going through, what I was doing while I was making each of these albums. And so we're going to do a listening party every single week. And during this time, we're going to be drawing awareness to all of my music and raising money to produce the new album, which is going to be called The Man. And that final listening party will be for all the songs I've created in the entire last year as part of the challenge. We'll get to listen to all of them. So we're going to have it be April 26th for the first album, May 3rd for the second, May 10th for the third, May 17th for the fourth, May 24th for the fifth album, May 31st for the sixth album, and then June 7th for the final streaming listening party to go over all the songs that I've made this last year. And hopefully by then I'll have hit my goal of $20,000. So that's how much money I'm going to need in order to produce this album. You can go check out the GoFundMe page, which is for the album and all the costs associated with studio time, food, lodging, and everything I'm going to need in order to produce this album in a pro studio. And but yeah, please come check out all the streaming parties. You can RSVP again on my Bandcamp page, or just look for all of my social media posts and follow me on YouTube. I'm going to post more information about this. Follow me on social media, guys. Follow me on YouTube if you haven't already. It's definitely going to get interesting as we get into producing this album. In the description below, you can check out the Linktree link, and that'll take you to everything that I am. It'll take you to all of my links, my social media, YouTube, my Bandcamp page, where you can check out all of my albums and buy them directly for me. That's where you can RSVP. And there's also the GoFundMe page, and Patreon is launching soon. I'm going to need everyone's help with Patreon if I'm going to keep being able to do music for everybody. I've kind of gotten to the point where I've realized that music may be the only option for me. It's like the only option for me left that I'm able to do. So like 8 months into my challenge, I ended up losing my job, and the reason was that music is my passion and they wanted me to pursue music, but they didn't want to continue with my contract, you know. And it wasn't, you know, even though I had been making all the sales quotas and doing my end, they still felt that music was a priority for me and they didn't want to have me work for them anymore. So no hard feelings with that. But since then, in the last 4 months of this challenge, I have been unemployed, and I've applied to 27 different companies, and none of them have wanted to hire me. And I'm guessing it's because I'm ANTHem, the recording artist, and I'm a public figure, and most people want somebody who is dedicated to their business to help them run their business, and I'm obviously focused on starting my business. So I'm asking for your support. In order to survive, I do need to cover my monthly bills, be able to pay my rent, my car, and all the things normal people have to deal with. So I'm asking for patrons to support my music, and I can promise that every single week I'll be releasing content, weekly updates, and I'll be working on music, and patrons will have the most say. They're gonna have all the access to what I'm doing behind the scenes. They're gonna be able to vote on what songs make it onto my projects and give me feedback and be right there with me as I go through this journey. I just want to say thank you guys for supporting me. All right, so stay tuned for the live streaming parties. They're gonna start April 26th, Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So tune in, you're gonna see the links go out. I'm gonna start pushing the Patreon, and I'm gonna start pushing the GoFundMe for raising the money for the album, and start pushing these live events after I conclude One Song Every Single Week challenge. 3 weeks left, guys. I hope you're as excited as I am. I want to thank you all for watching and supporting me through this journey, and I hope that you all have a blessed week.